This is going to be my first ever video. I don't even know if I'm going to use it. This is my Land Rover 110 2007 with the Puma 2.4 diesel injection engine in it. As you can see, this 110 has got the side sliders, old school roof rack on the other side there, and I currently have the front wheels off, and I am replacing some joints. So I am replacing the steering drop arm link here and both track rod ends, and I've got it jacked up and on two axle stands, 4-ton axle stands, and so far so good. It's actually quite an easy job. As you notice, I've also painted some of the parts in red rust proof paint just for a bit of extra protection, and I'm just about to do the track rod ends. This might be first part of the video. We shall see. So here we have the new ball joint on here. I had to undo the castle nut there on this drop arm, and I had to take off this steering damper and return to centre, just to get that end out, make it a little bit easier, and to remove that. So what I did was I measured from the thread to the centre of the ball joint on the old piece, and I measured the whole thing basically as well. And so when I come to put the new one back on, just made sure it was in exactly the same place as the old one. This one comes with a lock nut, nylon lock nut, instead of a castle nut on this one. And yeah, really straightforward, really easy. Getting the old ball joint off the end was a bit of a nightmare, but there are some videos online of how to do that, but once you've done it, it's pretty easy after that. Okay, so this is the track rod. I've got a little setup in the back of my truck here. I've got a clamp here, a jig, holding the track rod in place, and I've moved these retaining clips back, the ones that hold the joint tight at the end here. I've moved them both back from either end, and I've been working this for a little while now. I've seen people with sort of a club hammer like this on one side and hit it on the other side with a regular hammer, which I've been doing just to work it loose. Plenty of WD-40, and so there's a split here as well in either side. You just need to work them open a little bit with a screwdriver. I'm getting rid of this, so I don't mind damaging it, because I'm going to use a spanner like this to maneuver it back and forth, and you slowly have to work it. It takes a while. The other one at the other end I've got loose, but it got stuck so far, so I put a bit more WD on it while I'm waiting for that. I'm going to try this end. So as you can see, this one is coming off nice and easy, unlike the other end at the moment. So yeah, I've just stuck the spanner around here like this, and used a bit of leverage on it, and it's come out quite easy. Once this is off, I'm going to clean it all up and then work on the other end. Okay, so that's both ball joints at the end replaced. One there, one there. That second one was a bit of a bugger to get off, but bit of WD-40, bit of tapping, a bit of patience. I also used the spanner, like I said before, to lever it round. It was in the vise, bit of a pain, but it came eventually. So I put the new joints on. One thread's one way, one thread's the other. A bit of copper grease, copper slip inside there, so maybe it won't be so hard next time to get off. Some of the tools I used, 17mm for the nut here, 17. This is I think it's 11. Yeah, it's an 11 11mm nut for this end and for that, and obviously this is done up so it clamps that shut and then holds that joint in place. I made sure also that the heads of the joint, the ball joints, are dead in line with each other, perfectly centered. Don't check it against this end because obviously they move, so I checked it against from center of here to the center of the other ball joint. I measured that before I took the old ones off, and I marked that up. And so when I put these on, I just made sure they went back in exactly the same place and same length. Yeah, pretty easy in the end. I am going to rust proof paint this bar, just because I like to do that with everything. Plus I've got a few little scrape marks from where it was in the vise, so I'd rather coat that. Yeah, and that's there's a few of the tools I used. These are the ball joints. There was a set of 3 online, so one for the steering drop link on the front left wheel, and these 2 left and right thread for the track rod ends. Altogether I think it was a 38 quid online for these Delphi ones. Much better quality than some others that are out there for like 20-25. I made the mistake of a couple of years ago buying some cheap drop links for the anti-roll bar on the back, and only lasted a couple of years. So spent a little bit more this time round, and I'm now going to put this back on, and I'll show you that afterwards. Okay, so this is the track rod. It's gone back on. 2 new joints, one on either end. Protection plate back in again. As I said before, I'd measured these from center to center, so when I put it literally dropped back in place when I put it back on. Quite easy to do. Really pleased with it. And yes, I know it's red rust proof paint, but it's more for me, so I know which bits I've done and which bits I haven't. And I don't know if it will last any longer than any other protective coating, but it's worth putting it on while it was off. Only took about half an hour to dry as well, maybe an hour. So and actual fact, these ball joints that are in here, they were slightly out of line with each other, in terms of one was twisted slightly, so now they're dead level, and the exact same spacing that they were before. It's like 122.75 millimeters center to center. And yeah, just about to put the wheels back on, and checked everything, double checked, triple checked the nuts and everything that's in should be where it should be, and yeah,